Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. So today's video is kind of like a two-in-one because it's a patron's choice video and it's a closer look video. Now, the reason why it's a closer look video is because I've already talked about this game a long time ago. When I first set up my channel, one of the first few videos that I did, I talked about this one, which is Advanced Dungeons & Dragons on the Intellivision. I loved this game when I was a kid. I still love this game. In fact, I would have to have this game if I still own an Intellivision kind of thing. I mean, it's amazing graphics for its day. It's got a great adventure piece to it. I mean, there's just a lot going on in this. And it carries the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons name, which is awesome in its own right. I'm not too heavily into stuff like that anymore. I mean, I used to play things like Magic the Gathering and all that stuff. I've probably only played an actual game of Dungeons & Dragons like twice in my life. But I always found it fascinating. I've always kind of liked it. I've always liked the idea, the concept behind it, the creativity of it, building the characters. Now, obviously, this doesn't get into that kind of, complexity for the Intellivision, that is. I mean, there is some games that have, there's some homebrews and other games that did. In fact, this one, The Treasure of Charmin, which came out around, I think around the same time, maybe a little bit later, was just another one in the lineup. And this one has more of that kind of RPG style to it. This one doesn't. I mean, there's no stats, there's no building of characters, there's none of that stuff. But there is a map screen, there is a whole lot going on. So I just wanted to take a closer look. And before I start, I just want to say also, this is also a patron's choice video. That was the other thing I was going to mention. One of my newer patrons from the Patreon, where you could support me, I offer every one of them the ability to say what kind of video you'd like me to do. And he asked me about Dungeons & Dragons and said that would be a cool one to do. And I said, well, I did a Dungeons & Dragons video, but it's fairly old. It was when I was first trying to figure all this stuff out. So it's not as good. So hopefully I can do this one better and take a closer look at the game. So let's start off. I mean, so the Intellivision has all that stuff in there when you open it up. This was what was always great about Intellivision games. This is what I always liked about Intellivision. It had everything nice and neat in the package. Kind of opens up like a book. And this is why most Intellivision collectors still have the boxes, because they actually served a purpose. They had a nice tray, a plastic tray. They had a slot to put your overlays and your manual. So the overlays, this is what makes the game a little more trickier than, say, a lot of other games, because the arrows here are the direction of where you want to shoot your arrow. So it's not as simple, just move your cursor around and then say, I want to shoot that way, click the button, and then it shoots that way. You actually have to, push where you want to fire. Now, this is good because you could kind of run in one direction and shoot in the other direction, not have to worry about swinging the disc around. It's kind of neat. You also have a count arrows here, because that's another thing you need to really keep track of, is your arrows. You have an arrow sack, whatever, quiver thing, and you have to know how many arrows you have, because there's no counter on the board anywhere. So you push this button, and it makes a ticking sound, and you count the amount of ticks, and it'll tell you how many arrows you have left. Because you don't want to go running into a dungeon without any arrows, because you'll run into stuff and you won't be able to kill them. Pretty standard for most of these type of games. There is a pickup button. Now, it's kind of an odd thing that they had to program it that way, as if you wouldn't want to pick up an item when you walk on it. They didn't make it an automatic thing, so if you walk by an arrow sack or quivers or whatever with arrows, a part of the crown, which is I'll get to, or anything, any of the items, you would always want to pick it up, but this makes you actually push a button to pick it up. So it's kind of odd that they kind of put it that way. And what else have we got in there? We got the exit. So another thing that they kind of made, that when you're in a dungeon, when you come by a ladder, if you touch the ladder, you won't automatically climb up it. You'll have to actually push the ladder button. Good and bad. I mean, because you don't want to accidentally run into a ladder and go out of the, exit the maze. Maybe you didn't want to. So, I mean, and this is another reason why I say, some of these games on the Intellivision, it's really helpful to have these things. just so you remember what all the buttons do, because you do utilize the buttons quite a bit in this game. So let's take a look at the manual. I love the artwork. I mean, it's nice black, white, and blue. They really just stuck to the two-color. Nice. But, I mean, the graphics inside, they look like the game. They actually show. They're not just doing all just, paintings or anything else that how the game could have looked. They're actually showing really the graphics of the game. And of course, it tells you how to use your Intellivision controller, where all the buttons are. I mean, it's unnecessary because it's all written here anyways. Of course, your run and your run buttons, to let you know, I forgot to tell you about that. It's actually on the side. So you can actually run in this game. Helpful when things come flying after you. And there's a description of the actual screen. It tells you pretty much what everything is. So you got the different settings. So if you want to start off with, say, the easy or medium hard or hard. So they really want to give you a whole bunch of different options there. How hard you want to play this game. And of course the things like the mountains and stuff. So you got the brown mountains, which are impassable. Means you can't walk on them. The black mountains, it's just basically a passageway. You got the rivers, you need a boat. The forests, you need an axe. And the walls, you need a key. So once you get those, you pretty much can get through anything you want inside here. I'll show you that when I'm playing it. And I'm going to move on. Let's just enter your mountain. It tells you about the arrows and stuff, which are important. I mean, it tells you right here, each warrior is armed with a bow. This is the only weapon. The group starts with a total of 3 arrows. Yes, you're a group, so it's 3 people in your party. Basically, you lose all 3, you're done. Yeah, the warrior in the cave has all 3 arrows. Quivers or arrows must be found in the caves and picked up for additional ammunition. Basically, what you are always hunting for, because without these arrows, you can't kill anything. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it works. And we got these are your items. There's not a whole lot. I mean, they give you the boat, which goes through the streams. They give you the axe. It's kind of like in a Zelda style. Like if you played Legend of Zelda, if you want to cross the water, you need the raft. If you want to cross over the valley thing, you need you need all the different things. So and the key, obviously, to get through the doors. So it does give you the list of monsters and stuff. The dreaded bat, which flies around. All the bat does is just mute the sound away from you, so you can't hear things in the distance. Because that's a cool feature of this game, and something I'll get into. You got the spider. All that does is eat your arrows. So if you run into a spider, he takes an arrow. So if you see a spider, shoot the spider, because he's going to take an arrow no matter what. The rat's just annoying. Again, it makes a squeaky noise. And when the squeaky noise, you can't hear anything around you, so you got to kill those rats, or they will kill you. The snake, which could be scary because that thing just flies out of here, like it just flies at you. It also makes like a hissing noise. A blob, which you cannot kill. They're really annoying. They just kind of wander around, the blob. You can shoot them all you want. It's just like in real Dungeons and Dragons. The blobs are a real pain. This crazy looking character is a demon. I don't know, he looks more like a clown or a jester. It's kind of funny. Then we got the dragon. Can't have Dungeons and Dragons without the dragon. And the winged dragon. And this guy basically is the protector of the crown. And that's the point of this game. You're just trying to get 2 pieces of the crown, which are in the final Misty Mountain part. Which is, if you look on here, you'll see it's right there. That Misty Mountain thing that you're heading towards. And of course, that's the hardest part of the game. So there's a bunch of different things, and it shows you here. Sorry, Misty. I was saying Misty Mountain. It's actually Cloudy Mountain. My bad. But there you go. Cloudy Mountain and the crown. So once you get that crown, the game's over. And that's it. I mean, it gives you some strategy tips and all that other stuff. But, I mean, this game isn't overly complicated. But if you play it enough, I'm sure you'd get them. And of course we got the cartridge. That's typical Intellivision cartridge. So I'm going to put this in and start playing some Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, so we got Advanced Dungeons and Dragons on the Intellivision booted up. Trademark of TSR Hobbies. Now, TSR used to own Dungeons and Dragons property. Actually, I think they were the original creators of it. And then it got sold over to Wizards of the Coast, who now runs, who owns Magic the Gathering. So, it makes a lot of sense for them to own this. Now, to start the game, you have a bunch of options. You can hit the disc, which would be the hardest option. That gives you the purple mountain. Or you could pick 1, 2, or 3. Let's go with 2, which gives me the blue mountain. You can see over there, there's the cloudy mountain there. The blue. So we got, this is an odd one. We got all this terrain here, which you need the axe to get through. You got the mountains here. I think they're supposed to be, oh no, they're brown. Got the black ones, which are just passages, and we got the stream here. So, I mean, this is kind of an interesting setup. The cool thing is that this will always change. Every time you play it, this will randomize. So you're not always playing the same game. So that's me over here. Oh, I'm in the house. You got 3 little dots. Here's another thing that's interesting. When you want to move, like I showed you here in the overlays, those arrows will also move your party. So let's... okay, so this is the first one. So when you approach the black one, it lights up. That looks like... Is that the blue or the purple? I know my color's a little off. If it's the purple, it's where the dragon lives. So let's see here. These are the demon prints. So you got to really look out for that. The little signs that they give you throughout the maze. So let's advance on. Whoa, whoa. Just used up all my... Ow! Run! Here's where I could push the run button and make him run a little bit faster. So as you can see, I just got hurt. He's changing colors. Hopefully you can see that, but he's blue now. After a couple of different shades of color, he dies. And then you start off again at the map screen. He would have stolen my arrow, but I don't have one. So who cares? Let's move on. Right now it's just kind of wandering around the maze. I'm looking for arrows. That's what I need. Oh, the dragon! That guy scared me. Sometimes you can hear it in the distance too. You'll hear the sound. Let's just crank up the volume. Just to help with that. I tell you, sometimes it can be nerve-wracking because you're like inching, and there's nothing there. And then you'll hear it in the distance. I'm just going to keep wandering around. Sometimes you just want to get out, but you got to find that the ladder. Ah, okay, so that's a sign that there's a dragon around here. Just going to keep going. There's the blob. He's over there. You can't kill him, but he can kill you. I'm really struggling for arrows here. There's the demon again. That's where I started. Just going to keep going around. Whoa. So I can hear the dragon now. And he's guarding the exit. Run! Oh my god, he's chasing me. He's chasing me. I don't like this. Whoa. Okay, he's over there. That's why that's there, because the dragon was right here. I'm going to get out of here. That was scary. Okay, so I got the red there. So obviously this was the purple one, I think. I think it was the purple one. So the red is where the snakes live. Purple is where the dragons live. And blue is where the demons live. Okay. Ooh, arrows. I need that. So now I'm going to count how many I have. Quite a few. Went too fast. I couldn't count. That's okay. I think it was like 7 or something. Wandering. Hey! Jerk. Took my arrow. Uh-oh. That's not cool. Now the weird thing is when you're playing this, you always got to keep moving your thumb around on the keypad to the arrow that you want to be shooting in. So every time I go, say, left, I got to move my thumb over to the left arrow, or else I won't. And here's another strategy. I'm hearing that there's a snake somewhere up there, so sometimes you can actually shoot. Oh, okay, that backfired. But if the snake was up there, the arrow would have hit him up in the hidden area. So he could be over here somewhere, or right here. Nope. You gotta be careful though. When you shoot the wall, the arrow will come back and hit you. And where's that snake? Okay, I just wasted 3 arrows and no snake. Oh no! He just took 2 of my arrows. Oh good. Okay, there's a rat. Let's get out of here. Let's go in here. See if I can get the axe, because that's another thing. You've got to know where the different parts are. So the axe is in the red mountains where the snake lives. Basically, the snake's guarding the axe. Whoa! But he's also guarding the exit. But I need the axe to get through the terrain, so I'll have to keep looking. The bats are just kind of annoying. You can waste your ammo on them if you want. There we go. And now I got the axe. So, remembering where the exit was, which is a good thing, because when the maze gets really big, sometimes you forget. So now, I can walk on this, and you see it's an axe now, telling me that I'm using the axe. The thing is, though, once you get the axe, you don't need to get it again. So, you don't need to keep going back into the areas for the axe. So, it looks like I can probably go through here, as long as I have the key, get through here, get to the cloudy mountain. Going through here, I would need the boat to get through the water. So, which means I have to go to the purple area and look for the key. Because the key is with the dragon. There you go. Okay, I got him. So where's the key? It's in here somewhere with the dragon. Now that's why the bats are annoying, because they drown out the sound of the dragon. You won't hear the bat and the dragon at the same time. You'll just hear the bat. So you might want to kill the bat just to make sure that you don't get surprised by that dragon. As you see, I can hear the bat again, but no dragon. Whoa, and there's the dragon! Whew! Okay, I'm going to pick the key up. So you can see I'm red, which means I'm kind of injured. Probably one more hit and I'll be dead. Good thing is that once you exit the maze, or the dungeon, or whatever you want to call it, you'll heal back to full health. So I just got to find where that exit was. I found it right away. There it is. So now I'm back to full health. So let's go through with the axe. Let's see if I can go through this. Nope. Dang it. Okay, I have to go through this level, which is a gray, which is a passage area. So basically, you're just going to be looking for the exit. These dots here tell you there's a rat somewhere. And that's him right there. Uh-oh. There might be a dragon in here. That's the sound of the snake. I think I just killed the snake. So really this is just going to be find the exit. Stock up on arrows too. The good thing is there's no timer in this game. I mean, unless you want to set your own timing, you don't necessarily have to follow or worry about running out of time. There it is. Okay. So now I'm going to use the key. You just see the key is there. And I'm at the cloudy mountain. So we're going to be on the lookout for the two-winged dragons. You have to fight two of them. Each one has a piece of the crown. I'm going to take this slow. Be on the ready. Ooh, arrows. I think I got a lot of arrows now. So it's probably a good thing for me to shoot the bats. Again, like I was saying with the outer map world, all these levels are different. So you can't just learn the pattern. Oh, okay. That's a good sign. There he is. So he took 3 hits instead of the typical 2. So we just got to find one more piece. I hear the sound. There he is. All right. See, I can shoot 1,000 arrows into that blob and nothing will happen. And it's hard to see it, but there is a crown there, which tells you got the crown. They don't make you go all the way back to your house. I guess they could have if they wanted to, but whatever. And that's Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, I think when I played this before, I probably played on the easy setting. Okay, so that was Dungeons and Dragons. Now, again, I was using the term, or the words Cloudy Mountain a lot, and this one really should be called Cloudy Mountain. But they just called it Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I think later on issues or something, or today, they kind of consider it the Cloudy Mountain. Just like on this one, it's Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Treasure of Tarman. But I mean, that's besides the point. I think that because this was the first one, and you know, I think originally this wasn't even going to be a Dungeons and Dragons title. This was going to be titled something completely different. They just got the licensing for it and then went ahead with it. Anyways, yeah, so this has been a Patron's Choice video. Jason Rushing is the patron that's supporting my show, and he was the one who suggested this game. I was happy he did, because I've been thinking about redoing this one for a while now, so this kind of gave me the opportunity to get it out there again. I really like this game. I have a lot of fun playing it. All the different skill levels, if you want to start off easy, move your way up to hard, and getting used to playing with this. Moving your thumb around. Like I said, while I was playing it, you know, you're going down, you keep your thumb there, you move, you move, you move. You always got to keep moving, because you want to shoot in the direction that the bad guy is. If the snake comes running at you, the dreaded dragon comes running at you, the winged dragon comes running at you, you want to be ready at the ready. And there was probably a few times where you saw where I ended up running one way and shooting the other way, which is kind of handy with this. You know, you're pushing on the disc that way, you're pushing that on your finger on that one, and you're getting rid of your problem. So, you know, this game is actually a lot of fun. And I played it a lot when I was a kid. I mean, I think out of most of the Intellivision games that I had, I probably played this one the most, for sure. I didn't have this one, actually. I picked this one up much later. And, I mean, I'm not good at it, so I don't know. I need to sit down and play it a little bit more, just to, you know, give it a try. I haven't done a video on it either. I'm pretty sure I haven't anyways. But yeah, so that's a closer look of Intellivision's Dungeons and Dragons. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you played this game before? What are your thoughts on it? I think it's pretty cool. I think it would have been awesome to kind of see this ported into other systems. I mean, the Atari had Adventure and a few other similar things, but nothing to this extent. So I think that, you know, this is a cool game. Hopefully, when we get the new Intellivision system that's slated to come out in a few years, they can actually have this game included in there. Whether they'll use the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons name or not, I don't know. Or they have to stick with Cloudy Mountain. Whatever. It'd be cool to see it on there. It'd be cool to see it revived. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you leave some comments below. Hopefully the patron Jason Rushing enjoyed it. And to all of my other patrons out there, if you haven't suggested a video idea, you're more than welcome to do so. Hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later.